Hi, this is Jared from The Broken Seal, and today we're going to be playing Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. We did an unboxing of this a few weeks ago. Because of the size of the game and everything you have to read for it, we haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. And I'm going to dive in with some solo player content just to see what the game's about. I followed the rules for the setup. So we have our hero picked, which is Nahias the Ranger. Looks like a centaur. Pretty cool. I'm also going with green, which isn't really too big of a shocker. I'm playing the introductory adventure, which I believe is just called introductory tutorial. So yeah, our objectives are to first gather the scroll, which is over here, and then second, close the rift, which is over here. So we'll have, I start off over there. We have one random loot that's over here once we open the door, and monster or a mob will spawn here. If we get to level 3 darkness, then a roaming monster will spawn there. But our hope is to try and get all this done, close the portal, Bob's your uncle. The little flavor text for this adventure or quest is Welcome to Massive Darkness 2. This quest provides newcomers a glimpse of darkness that is to come. Some of the things that you'll see here are from the Kickstarter version that we have. For instance, I have I think they were frosted dice that I got with it, in addition to, I don't know if the miniatures specifically were for Kickstarter. I don't feel like they were because Simon loves miniatures. But that's just a heads up. Things in here, I got the Kickstarter edition, so things in here you'll see may or may not be in the base game from retail. There were two things that I wanted to save until we actually started the video for setup. One was we would spawn a random monster, but because we're doing the introductory quest, there is no random monster on the map, just the one that spawns when we open it, so we're going to skip that. The next thing we're going to do is pick our level 1 skill. Good. I put these all by level. So we have piercing arrow, fire arrow, and arrow volley. So with arrow volley, I can spend 1 mana. Each other enemy in line of sight takes 1 wound. Fire arrow. If I get a perfect shot, the defender takes 1 fire, then add +1 yellow die to the attack. And then piercing arrow, for each 3 arrows revealed, defender -1. I'm actually going to get the piercing arrow because I feel like that'll happen more often. So these two aren't going to be used for this game. And we're going with our piercing arrow as our starting arrow, which I'm going to put over here. Because if you can't tell, this is a lot going on here. Off screen, I have all of the miniatures over here, which you can see in the face cam, as well as the treasure. But I'm going to try and keep as much on the play area as possible so that you all can see it, since during the video, everything's going to be from the top down. So we have everything set up for what we're going to do. As the ranger, I get +1 movement, and if I'm in shadow and I get the shadow symbol on our die, I get to draw and discard 1 arrow card and apply its perfect hit effect. All right, so we're going to start off on the hero phase. I get 3, as a single player hero, I get 4 actions. The monsters are going to act as if there were 2 enemies. So everything is going to essentially be for the 2-player version in terms of monsters. You'll get to see that when Madi and I play, how an actual 2-player game plays out. So I'm going to move, which gives me 1. I'm going to spend 1 movement to open the door. Flipping that over. Just like that, which spawns everything in here. So when you reveal a chamber, which this is not on the back, right? No. So when you reveal a chamber, first you have to draw and resolve a door card. You'll see me pulling from or looking at the rules fairly often. I want to make sure I get this right. This is a game that I don't want to do wrong. Light chamber. Move the darkness marker back 1 space if possible without applying darkness track effects. Repeat any darkness track effects that once it advances in the darkness phase. I guess technically I can't have it at 0. It's going to stay at 1. That was kind of a bummer. But regardless, spawn enemies. So we're going to take the top of the deck, which are gargoyles, and then a random mob item, which gives it a 1 yellow die attack. Where can I put these for everyone to see? I'm going to put it here for right now. It gets 1 random treasure. So we have a, what is it? A rare treasure. And then we also have to spawn treasure for this. Which is a common treasure. Then we have to get our gargoyles. So we're going to spawn 3 gargoyles because it has 2 lesser mobs for each player. And again, it counts it as 2 and a solo player. And 1 leader, which is our bigger one here. We remove the mob spawn token. And that's it for actual opening the chamber. So that gives me, I used 2 movements so far. I can use 1 more. I could go in here and then attack, which might as well. Before I do that, one thing that I haven't played Zombicide in a while. It is something that I enjoy. My wife loves it as well. One thing that annoyed me about Zombicide, and then as I was reading through the rules in this one, I was like, oh, please don't tell me they did it again. There's no real benefit to being ranged outside of the fact that you can attack from further away. The main reason why I say that is because you can still get hit when you do a ranged attack, even if the enemies aren't ranged. So for instance, Nahias is going to shoot these dudes. If they get a hit on their die, I take that damage potentially. So it's kind of annoying, at least for me. I don't know how other people feel about it. But regardless, we're going to get our attack die build or pool built up here. So my short bow can use both ranged and melee, but it's going to do ranged. So I'm going to get a yellow die. I'm not in shadow, so I won't get my benefit from that. The enemies are going to take 1 blue and 2 black die. I'll just put that there. And then I need to double check how rangers work to see when their arrows get drawn. It doesn't say when it happens, so I'm going to assume I would roll first and then flip over these. So that's what I'm going to do. So we got 1 scratch. All right, so here's our result. We got 1 hit, 1 mana, 1 claw, 1 scratch, and 1 defense. We're gonna look at this real quick. On defense, this equals another block, which is the only thing that really matters for right now. But let's get our arrows out. So we have 2. That's a 5 total. Actually, you know what? Since I'm not going to be able to level, well, leveling up doesn't need to be on screen, like the cards, until it happens. So I'm going to move these over, hopefully not ruining the order I had them in. So we have 5 so far. 6. And far too much. So I'm probably going to bust, which would be this bottom one. But for each 3 of these revealed, defender minuses 1. So I had, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's minus 3 shield. I lose a mana. They get 1 more shield, which brings their total up to 3 shields, but then they lose all 3. And then 1 more damage, so I take 2 damage. Then I deal, so I got 1 hit. Oh, you know what? I forgot. So you can resolve the dice as you wish. So I resolve these two and this one. Then I'll resolve this one, which gives me 1 mana and 1 hit. They didn't have any damage, so they take 1 damage. Or they didn't have any other shield, so they take 1 damage to that. So that was our first attack. I did take some damage from that, so I think I'm going to recover as my second action, or actually my third action. So I'll get 2 back. Let's see, do I want to recover? Actually, I'm not going to recover. So yeah, I won't recover. Instead, I'm going to attack again. So it'll be these go away into my discard. I just not realized that the ranger, when I'm revealing arrows, I can choose to stop whenever I want to. I would have done that last time, but it's good to show everyone. And also, so now you know. So I didn't kill any gargoyles with my last attack, so it's still going to be the same one. So we've got 1 block, 1 claw, which adds, or what counts as a defense. So that's 2 defense, and then my same roll. So I'm going to reveal my arrow cards. That's 3, 4, 5. I'm actually going to stop there. So let's resolve these in order. This is resolved to become a block. We'll resolve my arrows now. I can spend 1 mana, which I do. That 1 mana gives me 2 attack, so now I'm at 3 attack total. This second one would allow me to ignore 1 scratch. Didn't happen anyway. Then my die gives me this back, plus the 1 hit, so that's 3 damage, like I said. 3 damage coming to them because, for each 3 revealed, ignore 1 shield. I only had 5, so they get 1 shield versus my 3 damage. They take 2 damage. Oh, I'm putting it there. They take 2 damage, which means 1 gargoyle is killed. 1 gargoyle now has 1 health, and then their leader still has 2 health. So I'm just going to take it away to make it easier. Since we know combined, there's 3 health left in there. So here's where I get. Killing a regular mob gives me 1 experience point. Come on. There we go. So I moved, attacked. I could attack again, and I kind of want to, especially after that last attack I just did. So I will. Because there's only 1 mob left, 1 mob gargoyle left instead of the leader, they only get the 1 black die and then their defense die. I thought that sounded too easy, so I went back to go double check the rules. They only get the black die for each minion that's in there. So I killed 1 minion, they have 1 minion left. I roll these 3. I keep getting the same result on this yellow die, and I don't like it. But regardless, this counts as a block, so I'm just going to resolve that. Well, let's get my arrow cards. It's 2, 5. Don't want to press my luck. No. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to resolve this blue die and this die, which turns this into a block just to make it easier for me. Actually, I'll keep it like that. But that's 1 block. I know that. Then I'll resolve the cards. Take this away to -2 defense. So he only has 1 right now, but he would have -1 if that's a thing. Then the defender takes 1 fire. So I'll pop that onto there. Let's leave that right there. And yeah. So I do 1 damage and gain 1 mana, which kills the second gargoyle, leaving the leader with 2 health and 1 fire. Oh, cool. I want to go double check what the fire does. So that is the end of my activation. I killed 2 gargoyles, which gives me 2 experience points. And then we shuffle our arrow cards back in at the end of the turn. Is it end of turn or end of the activation? At the end of the ranger's turn, they must shuffle all discarded arrows back in. Then, if this were a 2-player game, this would mean more, but I would flip over my activation token, showing that I've completed my turn. Then it would move to the enemy phase. This is the reason why I thought about moving, because then I could have just gone over here. They would have had to come out. Bing, bang, boom. But regardless, they're going to activate. When they activate first, we're going to roll this yellow die. For each hit that it shows, the mob takes 1 damage. And then the fire token is removed. Then they go. So they're using whatever that weapon is, which I'm not going to reveal until later to make it sound cool. So they get this. Oh, they have to move first. Then they get this. There's no mob with them. I'm defending with 1 blue. And pretty sure that's it. Yeah, so that's all they get. So I would block. They would do 1 damage. Nothing happens. Both get resolved. Oh, I didn't put the fire away. I mistakenly gave myself, or didn't take their damage. Then that's the mobs, because, or the enemies, because that's the only one that's on there right now. Then we're going to go to level up phase. I must spend it, but I only have 2, which means that I can't increase my experience or do anything really. Then we go to the darkness phase. We're going to advance this by 1. Luckily, nothing bad happens just yet. Luckily for me, the dungeon level is attached to the highest level hero. Dungeon level still level 1. So anyway, that was them. The darkness phase, we advanced it. That's the end. Go back up to me. I am going to attack from where I am, because my short bow does let me attack melee. I kind of wish they gave like cards. And let me see if on the back of the cards. No. So I wish they gave a card for each class so that I didn't have to keep referencing the book. Because I don't know. I know the ranger gets it if they attack with a ranged weapon. But my weapon is technically both. Nope, it has to be a ranged attack. Okay. So I'm going to attack just normal. I won't get the benefit of my arrow cards because I can't move away. So I'm just going to roll these here. Makes it easier. So that would be 1 hit and 1 specialty. I can't do anything with that, so that'd just be 1. Let's try it again. So that's 2 activations. 3rd activation. There we go. So deal 1 damage, which kills the gargoyle. So when we kill the gargoyle, we get 2 points because he's the leader. We get the treasure that was on the gargoyle, which in this instance is a rare treasure. We have the common commander shield. Put away all the sleeves. Defense, you may use 1 defense to block 1 scratch. I'll put that over there because it's in my inventory right now. Then we also get So we'll discard this. We get the Stone Knuckles. It's a melee weapon, and you can attack. On attack, you ignore... Oh, on attack, I would ignore his scratch. That's actually pretty cool and useful. Alright, so he's dead. Banished back to the box. So that was 3 activations. With my 4th, I'm just going to move over here. And I'm pretty sure... Okay. So instead, just to... Mostly so I can show it all for you, I'm going to move. When I move, I have 3 because I'm a ranger. First move is going to be to interact with this common loot. Put that off to the side. And we get... leather sandals. In combat, you may move 1 zone after combat, which is really helpful for me. So I'm going to equip those immediately, which is something you can do when you get items. Second movement point moves here. Third movement point, interact with this. For our quest, when we interact with it, we get the scroll. In order to close the rift, heroes will need the scroll, which is represented by the color side up objective token. Any hero may spend 1 movement point standing in the objective tokens zone to gather the scroll. Take the token as a reminder. All heroes gain 5 experience points. So I'm going to take this, put it over here. I gain 5, which puts me to 9. And then that's the end of my turn because I had no more movement left after trying to kill the gargoyle with a short bow in melee. So then we get to level up phase. I have to level up. So we're going to go up to level 2, which spends 5 experience points, put me back to 4. When I level up, I get +1 max health. So now my total health is 6, my current health is 4, and I get to add this rare treasure to the treasure token bag. Then I get to pick a level 2 skill. Let's see, we have improved strings or grappling arrow. When you overload, you may choose one of the effects to ignore, of the overload effects to ignore. And during your first move action each turn, first draw and discard 1 arrow card. Gain 1 movement points per arrow on the discarded card. I'm gonna go with the grappling arrow. That sounds really cool. And potentially will help me move a lot more. That back. But now that we're in level 2, now that I'm level 2, the dungeon's now level 2, which is going to make this harder. So the monsters would go. There are no monsters. Then we move to this phase, which means that we're going to spawn a roaming monster for level 2. Our roaming monster is the ghoul. Ooh, he looks grim. Let's see if we can find him. All right, so we have the ghoul spawning here. Our ghoul is going to have 2 random treasures and 1 specific treasure. So that's our specific one, the rare treasure. And a common and another rare. He also has 5 health. Okay, that's much better. Okay, back to me. I will move. Using my movement, I'm going to do my new piercing arrow or grappling arrow. During your first move action, each turn, draw and discard 1 arrow card. So that's 2. So I gain 2 extra movement. Plus my boots. Oh, and the boots only help me afterwards. So 1 is going to be to open. 2, 3, 4, 5, Then I'll move again to do 6. And then spend 1 movement point to interact with this. Any hero who holds the scroll may spend 1 action while standing on the gray objective token zone to destroy the rift. So that would be the end of the objective, or the quest, because it simply says once you complete all of the objectives for the quest, you complete it. I think, why not, let's try and kill this dude. You know, that'd be cool. I had to use 1 action point to close the rift, so we'll just say, thematically, closing the rift has removed the spawn token, and then I can still attack this guy. Because I'm ranged, so I'm going farther away. I will attack with my short bow, so I get the 1 orange, 1 orange die. Nothing else special. The monster who's going to defend, roaming monster, has 2 and 1 black. All right. So here's our result, but then our arrow cards. 1 arrow. That gives it 4. I'm going to draw 1 more. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop there. Not going to get too greedy. First things first. I'm going to activate this one, which allows me to re-roll 1 black die. Well, that lands on that. It's a combat effect. Okay, cool. So this will have no effect. Even better. So I'll resolve that and these 2. Then I will resolve the die, or the rest of the arrows. This one, I can spend 1 mana to get 2 attack, which brings my attack up to 3. Then I can gain 1 mana, which I've never really run out of mana. I've gotten lucky. So that's a 3 damage attack going to him, which will just do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And that's my turn, sadly. Then level up. I can't level up because I didn't get actual experience from closing the rift because it was supposed to end. So that's the end of that. Then if there is a minion in the ghoul zone, there is not. Otherwise, the ghoul moves otherwise, the ghoul moves 3 zones toward the closest hero and attacks them, if possible. 1, 2, 3. Perfect amount of zones that he needed, which is really going to screw me over now. But luckily I have the Sentinels, so there's only 1 attack that screws me. So first we're going to get an orange and a black for the attack. Oh, there's an actual orange. I've been calling these orange, but they're yellow, I guess. Or maybe these are red. Yeah, who cares? Orange and a black for the attack. For my defense, I get 1 blue. And nothing else. Alright, so that would do 1 damage. This is 2 hits. This is 1 block. So I would be taking 2 damage. I'm saying that like I have some way to stop it, which I don't. So I just take 2 damage. I have 2 health left. But that's his turn. And then it brings me back to my turn. I'm going to attack with my short bow and melee. I'll get 1 yellow. And he gets 2 blues and a black. Actually, I'll use my health potion first. to heal 3. And I don't know if these are actions to use. Yeah, so luckily it's not an action. I'm just going to go ahead and use that. I'll flip it over. So that gives me back 3 health. And we're going to see what happens. 2 blocks. 1 hit. So I take 1 damage. Luckily there's no mob, so that combat effect wouldn't happen. So I just take 1 damage. Do that. But then my sandals, after combat, you may move 1 zone after combat. I'm going to move up here. I really want to get into my... So that was 1 action. I'm going to move. And then end it there. And then I'll attack. The reason why is I want to see what happens with the shadow die. So I get these 2. And then they get these 3. I got my shadow ability. And I also... so my shadow ability, draw and discard 1 arrow card and apply its effect. Should I do that now? No, because I need to resolve the arrows first. 1. That's a 4 total. I don't know if I reshuffled that at the end of my last turn, but I don't care. So 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just by that much. But I can... Oh, that was the other one. Oh well. I can draw 1 arrow and discard it and to apply its effect. So I lose 1 mana, take 1 fire, and that's it. But my shadow effect, ignore all scratches, which I didn't get any, so that's not great. So resolving the dice, that's 3 block to my 1 hit, which does give me 1 mana back. Then I'm going to attack again. Since I didn't do it last... no, I'm not going to do it. Got it again. Got 3 blocks again. And then arrows first. 1, 4. I'm going to stop there because I got screwed over last time. So let's do this one first. Defender takes 1, what is that? Oh, 1 cold. Is cold just that like they don't move or something? Because that's not going to be helpful for me. Frost, whenever a miniature or mob would perform an action, remove a frost token from it. Instead, roaming monsters require 2 frost tokens to lose their entire activation. Bosses take frost tokens, but when they activate, they remove all frost tokens without effect. So, in this instance, not helpful. I attacked, I moved, attack, and this is my second attack. Okay. So, going back, I resolved this die. Then I need to roll a yellow die. So that'd be 2 damage plus 2 mana. Oh, and then I can spend 1 mana to do damage. So that's 3 damage total, which is exactly how much he has to block. So there's no point even spending it because nothing happens. All right. Not a great... I thought I'd be able to just end it. But we got to figure it out. All right, fine. So we're just going to keep going. That's the end of my turn. Can't level up. Let me shuffle these back before I forget. Then they go. He's going to move here and attack. Luckily, they don't get shadow die. So his attack is 1 orange, 1 black against my yellow, or my blue. Do I get a shadow die if I'm defending? No. Also, I got cocky and stopped looking at the rules. I was doing the level up before the enemy phase. Doesn't matter, I didn't level up anyway. Of course they always get 2. Oh wait, this is the wrong die. It's even worse. 3 damage, 1 block. I take 2 damage. Ouch. But combat. Now that I know how to read, I can move 1 away after combat because of my leather sandals. Then back to me. Yeah, there's another way I could do it. So I'm just going to stay here, attack him. 4 attacks coming straight at him. Because if not, I deserve to die if I can't kill him. So he gets 2 blues, 1 black, and I just get the orange. That'd be 1 hit, 2 of these, 2, 3, 7. Ding, ding, ding. All right. I get to reroll. Let's do this in order. First, I'm going to resolve these 2. They would block for 2. I will resolve this effect to reroll 2 black die. That's good, because that means I don't take any damage. Let's look up what these mean real quick. Oh, sweet. So this symbol means that I can reroll twice, and it can be the same die. 1. That's fine. Results in the same thing. This one means I get to activate my shadow ability, which means to draw and resolve the perfect. I can spend 1 mana to do 2 damage, which I will. It wasn't the greatest attack. So it's 2 damage plus 1 is 3 damage, blocked by 2, which deals 1 damage to him. He's still alive. I'm pretty sure he has 5 health. Yeah, 5 health per hero. Oh, wait, we have to treat it like it's 10 because it's 2. Okay. That was 1 attack. Second attack. Two, 4, stopping. The defender takes 1. Ooh, sweet. So I'm going to spend 1 mana first to negate 2 shield. So I can negate these 2. This one doesn't matter, so I'll activate that. This one will deal 1 damage and gain me 1 mana. Then this one, the defender takes 1 fire token. Then oh man, forgot all about that. Last turn, he had 2 blocking. I think I had 4. So I'm just gonna say he has 1 more damage from last turn because of my piercing arrow. So he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This turn, he's gonna take 1 damage. Or this attack, he takes 1 damage. So I need to do 4 more damage to him. That was my second attack. Let's go for the third attack. Not horrible odds or results. 3, 4, 5. I'll stop there. With the 5, before we do any of this, I get to ignore 1 shield. So let's just put that there. I get to add in another yellow die. Perfect result. And then I can spend 1 mana to reroll anything twice. I'm going to spend 1 mana to reroll this. Perfect. And can this be a miss? Yes, it can. So I'm going to keep it like that. So then resolving these die, I get 1 mana back, deal 3 damage straight to him, which means he has 1 health left. And then our 4th action, attack again. Love to see it. 1. Oh, that's 4. Push my luck. 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to stop there. So, these don't matter. I'm not going to spend the mana to activate it. He didn't roll any scratches. But I can ignore 2 shield if I needed to and deal 1 damage to him, which is enough to kill him. He dies, and then we get 1 common treasure, studded leather armor, and 2 items. Cool. I wish I could get a ranged weapon, but still. And we get XP equal to 4 for roaming monsters, which would put me at 8, which will let me level up 1 more time. But we're not going to do that. That part doesn't matter. And that's the end of the game. I won a while ago, but I wanted to just see how a roaming monster might be. And they are not easy, which is not shocking. They specifically said that they were stronger monsters, and I can see why now. It's also cool because they come with... I think I would have been here. But the way that I ruled it, we got rid of this, so there was no other thing from the rule spawn. But and now for our final thoughts. I enjoy the game. It's very similar to Zombicide in the sense that, you know, your heroes going through areas, opening doors, trying to complete objectives, doing things along the way. I like this a little bit more than Zombicide because in Zombicide, it's really easy to get quickly overrun. I imagine this can too. Obviously, I played, you know, the very easiest adventure. But I feel like the very easiest adventure on Zombicide had me overrun very quickly in the beginning. I like the miniatures. I like the leveling up. I like that you can get items from mobs and roaming monsters, as well as items that are just about the field. I also like how, like, you know, look how many cards are in this. Not sleeve because I'm sleeving as I go, but there's a high chance for you to not get the same items twice, which means that every time you play might be a little different. So I also like this arrow mechanic. One thing that I really wish after playing, I really wish that they had a card for each class so that you could give the card to the players and say, hey, this is what your special thing is on your turn. Because having to flip back through the book, just for me playing by myself, having to flip back through the book every time I went to go attack was a little annoying. And I could see some of the other classes being even more annoying, like the shaman who can summon different sprites out to the field, or the wizard who has their rotating thing of cards for their spells. So it's something that I wish was a little like easier, but that's also easily remedied because there's the online community. Probably there's something on Board Game Geek right now that has like a, you know, helpful things or print and play kind of thing. Not print and play, but like a printout rules that you can give. But regardless, I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a... I'm going to say a 4. This is a fun game. I would like to play it. There's a little bit that goes into setup. Also, tear down will be, not the quickest thing, but it's a fun game, and it's something you could easily just sit down and feel like you completed an adventure or a quest with friends, or by yourself, and there's very little chance that I saw from fighting like, one mob and one roaming monster that you would just like straight up fail an attack, because I had the specialty of my piercing arrow and all that, but each class has some kind of way to subvert or change the rules of the game. My class was able to get through shield if I remembered it. But yeah, so that's my opinion on it. After having played once, you'll get to see I'll have an updated one for when we play with multiplayer. But you'll get to see Monty's opinion of it when we play. And hopefully you all enjoyed this. If you did, you can leave a like, comment, or even subscribe. And you can check out our description for more information about us and how to support what we do. Come back next time for more awesome content where we play board games and talk about them with you all. Until next time, bye.